The portion that I have is going to be short. We can kind of make our way through this little presentation, but as Mary Jo and others indicated, we want you guys to do exactly what you were just doing, which is take some time to catch up and just kind of get a chance to reminisce and share some memories. And so I will welcome. I apologize we don't have more of your class here. I know that many of them had indicated they were interested, but things always happen and they may have not been able to join us, but thank you for being here with us. So let me see the agenda, as I mentioned, very short. We got a couple questions here that we'll see if the two of you can work together to come up with the answers. So here are 4 of your classmates, and the challenge is to see if you guys can name who these individuals are. So any guesses on the first person?
Yeah, that would be me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a feeling, I noticed the resemblance. So there's Dr. Gordon. How about number 2?
I recognize her, but I can't remember her name.
I think it was Mary. I can't remember her last name.
Kristen.
Oh, it is Kristen. Okay.
If you
I
ever
was
see
wondering.
this, I am so sorry. It's been a while.
All right, how about number 3 here?
That's Pitala, Mark Pitala. He's a friend of mine, Mark Pitala.
All right. And last but certainly not least,
Sabrina, yeah.
Sabrina, yeah.
Sabrina.
Yep. Everybody knows Sabrina now. Yeah. Oh, there's me in the back.
Up next. So yeah, that might be a hint. Do you know what reunion this picture was taken from?
I'm gonna say 25.
I'd say it's at least 5 years ago, or maybe 6 now, because we're. So, yeah.
2010.
2010. Oh.
No,
So
it was in
25th reunion.
It was 2015. Was our 25?
It could be 2010. I don't remember. That was the only one I went to.
Our 25 reunion was in 2015, not in 2010.
Oh, well, I apologize. I did not put this together. We'll fix that in the aftermath.
Okay.
All right. And do you recognize these folks here?
You're killing me.
Yeah. Not good with names.
Grace is the middle one, I think.
Really small on my screen. I got a iPad.
Michelle, that's Michelle Graff.
Oh, that's Michelle. Oh, yeah.
Wow. I think she's out here in California now. I have not seen or heard from her since medical school. Grace Ryu.
Grace, yeah. Okay.
Joan, man.
Joan, yeah. Okay.
It's okay. Nobody's here, so you don't have to feel embarrassed. If there were more of you guys, I'm sure there'd be a more collective memory to help recall all these things. All right. And do you have any guesses what the top song of 1990 was?
That was probably some U2 song, but I have
top song of 1990. Ooh, I don't know.
Oh.
You recognize this song?
My list, that was the top song.
I know this pain.
I think that's enough.
Why do you lock yourself?
You got the idea. All right. And bonus question: when you were really hungry or just needed someone to talk to, where would you go?
Oh, in school?
While you're in medical school.
We back then we were using the library, so we would kind of congregate outside the library occasionally. We had a little lounge, student lounge. I think a lot of us hung out there, right? I think that's.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I cooked a lot for myself, but I think I went to the children's cafeteria.
Yeah, that was the best cafeteria on campus.
Yeah.
Looks like we have Pam Lutz joining us, Dr. Lutz.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Pam.
You're muted for the moment if you want to unmute yourself so you can join us. I don't know if you have any thoughts. This is the bonus question for the presentation, and I'll reveal that neither Dr. Gordon or Dr. Show had got it correct or what we were looking for. So when you were really hungry or just needed someone to talk to, where would you go?
I would say the midnight feed when you were really hungry.
At the university hospital. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true.
So the answer we were looking for was Ivadine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. If you wanted somebody to talk to.
That's true.
But yeah, normally at our actual reunions, this would be where we would, put on the spot a bit and put the spotlight on her, which she's never very happy about, but we have to do it because everybody loves her so much.
Very deserving though. She's
absolutely
cool.
Okay, well, I think that's all I have. And because our group is pretty small, we were prepared to kind of give you a heads up when we wanted you to wrap up your updates so that everyone would have a chance. But given that there's just the three of you right now, I think you've got free reign to kind of share your updates as you'd like to. And I know that Dr. Gordon and Dr. Schott were doing a little bit of that before we started, but maybe for Dr. Lutz's benefit, if you guys want to take turns, just kind of, sharing what you're up to, how things are going. If there's anything that you're excited to share, this is your opportunity.
Can you turn the cameras back on? I don't have, I'm just seeing the slides.
Let me stop sharing my screen. Is that better?
Yeah, thanks. So,
sorry, I just have to figure out how to put my, there's gallery view. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I can see everybody.
Gabe, who are you?
Sorry?
Who am I?
Yeah.
So I am a director of development for the UC Foundation. So I'm your host, for lack of a better term. But what I do for the foundation is I work with alumni of the College of Medicine, and my purview is primarily scholarships for the college. There are other things that come up that are kind of what you might call dean's priorities, other things that are kind of central initiatives. But most of what I do is to work with our alumni and our donors to help them connect with their scholarship students if they have their own scholarship, or to help them kind of think about how they might want to support their alma mater through their philanthropic intentions. But really, I'm more than anything a relationship manager, for lack of a better term. I kind of help people stay connected in whatever ways they're interested in doing so.
Great. Okay. Pam, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
30 years, 31 years now, I guess.
A long
right?
time.
Long time.
Almost.
Where are you, Pam?
In Seattle.
Oh, very
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. What do you do?
I'm an OBGYN.
OBGYN. Where are you working in Seattle?
So I've kind of had a couple different changes over the past 5 years. I was at a small community hospital for a really long time. And, did a lot of administrative stuff for them, as well as a full-time private practice. And then basically moved from that. My practice closed because of there was competition with other, the hospital got taken over and things changed a little bit. So then I went to another private practice for 2 years that closed at Valley. And then I was at Overlake, which is another relatively small hospital. And now I just took basically a laborist position to kind of scale back my hours a little bit. So I'm just I'm doing 7 24-hour shifts a month. So, and we just bought a house in Hawaii. So hopefully we get to spend some more time there.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
And my kids are 23 and 19. So they're out of the house, and, they don't need me anymore.
That's great. We're in Hawaii. Did you get a place?
On the North Shore of Maui.
Oh, man. That's just
Nice.
fantastic.
Very nice.
Yeah,
What is a laborist?
Oh, you just do like a 24-hour hospital shift. So you take ER call and supervise the people in labor and do deliveries and any emergencies that come up. And it's kind of like a hospitalist for internal medicine, but just for OB. So it's kind of a newer model. They're not excuse me, not all hospitals have that, but the hospital that I'm working at is kind of a hybrid thing. So it's a new position for them.
Yeah, I work mostly at a VA, and we definitely don't have that sort of thing at the VA.
Very cool. I have a couple of friends in Seattle. They love it.
Do you?
Yeah, both physicians, and they really love it there. I think.
Yeah.
Great city.
What hospital do they work at? Sorry,
Virginia Mason and Swedish.
Yeah.
One is at Virginia Mason and one is at Swedish.
Yeah. And how about you? Where are you?
I'm in Southern California. I'm in Orange County, just south of LA. And
nice.
Private practice. I have a couple other docs who work with me. A couple office locations. I'm half a mile from the beach. Yeah.
What's your specialty?
I'm a ENT surgeon. I just do ears though. I specialized in just ear lateral skull base surgery.
Okay.
So I've been doing that. So I did a fellowship. I went to Vanderbilt for my residency and stayed on the fellowship around there. And then I moved here, which is Southern California from there. I've been here ever since.
So you'll probably have the first opportunity to go to Tobin James Winery, I guess.
Yeah, I saw that. There were a lot of people on that call. I guess, was it a bunch of other classes that were part of that?
Yeah, so that first part where we did the wine tasting, that was all classes that are celebrating their 0 and 5 year reunions. Kind of similar to what it would have been given, if we had that traditional gathering, the big opening part where there's the distinguished alumni speakers, and then everybody would break off, and this would be the dinner portion where you'd be in a room with your classmates.
Right.
Hard to replicate that certainly in our virtual world, but this was a nice idea that Mary Jo kind of came up with. And I think if you haven't gotten an email, you'll get one about the launch. Now the website is live where you can go and there's a primary landing page where it's got information, like there's I think a video about each of the distinguished alumni that are being honored from this year's reunion. There's some information about like kind of the entire college, and then there's smaller or breakout web pages where there's specific information about your class, as well as a link on that page to where you can kind of continue the conversation via a private Facebook group that was set up for your class. So if you haven't gotten that, they'll be sending out the information about that, and I encourage you to take some time, kind of explore the website. And then you also have a way to keep in touch beyond. If you don't have each other's contact info, you can certainly exchange it via that Facebook group and keep tabs on each other and not wait 5 years to get updates again.
Gotcha.
So if I can ask, I know that I think it was Dr. Gordon said that picture we saw earlier in our presentation, and Dr. Lutz will share that with you afterwards. I think it was Dr. Gordon that said the last time he was in Cincinnati or at UC was for the reunion back in I think we decided it was 2005, not 2015.
2015.
2015. Have the rest of you had a chance to visit Cincinnati or UC at all since your last visit, be that a reunion or otherwise?
I went to one of the reunions. I think it may have been our 10-year reunion. I can't remember exactly which one it was. I think it was our 10-year reunion, and I have not been there since, pretty much. Yeah,
I was there probably 5 years ago. One of my kids was on a travel baseball team, and we were in the area. They had a game at University of Kentucky, and I can't remember where else, but yeah, we were driving all over. but I remember driving around, going to some of the riverboats restaurants, so that was fun.
When you were here for that trip, did you make it to any part of UC, be it the medical campus or otherwise?
No, I had my son. We were doing baseball stuff. It was, I mean, we probably drove by. I don't actually remember, but yeah, nothing medical then.
And how about you, Dr. Lutz?
I've been back to Cincinnati, but and the last time I was on the campus was probably 15 years ago. I remember it like looking new and like there were a lot of new buildings and I was like, wow, this is completely different, but it's probably even more different now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, even in that time frame, even just 5 years, if it had only been that long, but certainly 10 or 15 years. I've been with the foundation now for, I guess, a little over 4 years. And just in my time there, I've seen incredible transformations of parts of the campus. And I'm most familiar with the med. That's where when we still went into the office, that's where I was stationed. There's the incredible the Gardner Neuroscience Center, which is right next to, if you kind of remember where the entrance to University Hospital was, kind of diagonally from
the Eagle.
An incredible building that's the Neuroscience Center. Over next to Eden Garage, if you're familiar with Eden Garage, is where the new College of Allied Health Sciences building, which opened last year, is located. And then next to that, which I think is where the College of Medicine used to be. I don't know if that's where it was when you guys were in school, but now that's the College of Pharmacy. It's like called Kowalski Hall or something, I think. Kind of catty corner with Holmes Hospital, if that makes sense. And that building is really cool because what they did was and I think Cincinnati does a good job of this in general. They kind of kept the exterior looking very traditional, but when you go inside, it's very much an updated kind of modern take on an educational space. So it's this really nice juxtaposition of old and new. So I say all that to say, if and when you make it to Cincinnati, I would highly encourage you try to fit in some time to come to campus. Whether it's me or someone else, we'd love to help you out with a tour if you have time and you're interested in doing that, so you can kind of reacclimate and get to see all the things that have changed since your last time there.
Yeah, it would have been nice to
Sure.
see like a little virtual.
I know. I was really looking forward to the reunion last year and I was so disappointed, of course,
Right.
that we didn't get to do that among thousands of other things.
Well, yeah, so 2 things to keep in mind. On the website I mentioned, there is actually some virtual tours that you can view and kind of get at least a little bit of a sense of some of those updates and changes that have been made to the college. And then the other thing to keep in mind is, as Dr. Falak mentioned, if you were in the earlier part of the program, they are looking at having some type of reunion-ish celebration in conjunction with homecoming this year. So in the fall of this year, I think there's a lot left to be determined at this point in time, but that is certainly their intention, is to try to have an opportunity to bring everyone together, provided things continue to move in a positive direction, as with the pandemic. So I would say keep an eye out for that communication to come out from Mary Jo in our alumni office over the coming months. And if it works out timing wise, we'd love to see you guys back here and use that opportunity to get that experience that you missed last year.
Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, I was going to go last year, but we obviously got canceled. So, or I was going to go with my wife. So
So where are you, Howard?
I'm in Chicago. I live about 30 miles north of Chicago, and I work downtown at the University of Illinois and the VA. And so I've been there about almost 15 years. And before that, I was in Houston, Texas for about 10 years. And before that, I was in Cleveland. I went to Cleveland from Cincinnati.
And what's your specialty?
I'm an internist.
Okay.
So these days I I teach students and residents in the emergency department they have a fast track clinic, which used to be urgent care. So I do that for a half day every week. And then my other time is spent on research and administration.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, I know that different cities, the amount of kind of alumni network that exists varies depending on where you're at. Have any of you been able to kind of keep in touch or know of and kind of maintain relationships with anybody where you're at, or even, not where you're at necessarily, but any classmates you kept in touch with over the years?
Not really.
No, not at all, actually.
Yeah, I think Howard probably has the most amount of alumni in his city out of Pam and I. I doubt that there's many UC alumni in Seattle or in Orange County, LA. I don't know. I think Michelle Grad is out here somewhere. Jeff Mallon is out here. I have seen Jeff Mallon. He's a pediatrician. He's actually my wife's best friend's kid's pediatrician.
Wow.
Jeff Mallon. I've seen Patrick Murdoch. Patrick and I were friends in medical school, and then I've seen him a couple times in Chicago, but it's been like 5 years, I think, since the last time I saw him. And I have not seen any other UC connections in 30
Well,
years.
of course, I have seen my husband, who also went to UC, Adam Levy, but other than him, I don't think.
Is he in our class?
Yeah.
Who was your husband?
Adam Levy.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Married to Adam Levy.
Yeah.
Adam went into psychiatry, right?
No, he was a liver transplant surgeon.
Oh, okay. Is he there?
Yeah.
Why is it he call?
Oh, he's not home.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I did not know that you guys got married.
Yes, we did.
I didn't even know you were dating back then. Were you?
Yeah, like I think the second 2 years. Yeah, that whole time, I think.
I missed that. Didn't realize that was happening. Oh, very cool. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's doing great. He's retired and
Oh, really?
looking forward to being in Hawaii full time.
Oh, is that what you're planning? You're going to move there full time?
Yes, when I retire, that will be the plan.
Wow. And when are you going to retire?
I don't know, maybe a couple or 3 years.
I'm jealous. That sounds amazing. I love Hawaii.
Yeah, I'm not ready to retire yet. So.
Well, you may want to connect. I know. So one of my bosses, Kim Francis, who was on the call earlier. I think it's been a few years. I don't want to say how many, but she lived in Hawaii for a while, so she would maybe have some places to recommend or some advice for you. And then we do have alumni there. I don't know if you've ever encountered any in your time. One of the class of 1972, because I work with a lot of different classes. His name is Richard Yanagihara. He's there, I think, on Oahu, if I remember correctly. So I say that there's a small, but there is a network of UC people there. If you're ever interested in making some connections as you start your full-time transition, we'd be more than happy to help facilitate those interactions. I'm sorry?
He's in 1972 and he's still practicing?
I don't know if he's practicing. He may be retired. I know we do have some, from those classes that are still practicing, believe it or not, but fewer and fewer, as you might imagine, at every reunion that we have for them. Right. And I was going to mention Dr. Gordon. I know to Dr. Shohead's point, Chicago is a decent, in terms of number, kind of, decent number of alumni there, but it's an interesting place because I do some regional work, and Chicago being, drivable from Cincinnati is a place I've been multiple times, and it seems like a hard place to gather medical school alumni. I don't know if that's true of the other colleges, but maybe because it's kind of spread out. You know, I think a lot of people, Chicago means a lot of things to a lot of people, and doesn't necessarily mean that everyone lives downtown, but they may still be part of the Chicago network. And so organizing something can be difficult from a geographical standpoint. I think for younger alumni, it's sometimes a transitional city as well, where they may not necessarily have intentions to be there long term. So
Right.
it's an interesting place. Because I like going there because it's always easy to get a full agenda of meetings, but it's sometimes hard to get people to kind of dig in and engage in the way that we hope to get them engaged with each other and with the college. And you know, I don't have an answer for why that is, but it's an interesting observation I've made in the times I visited there.
Right. I mean, if you're a younger person and you kind of live in an apartment downtown, you know, it might be reasonably easy for you to go to a meeting downtown. But for me, I mean, it's an hour commute. So, you know, and I want to be home for dinner. So.
Well, Dr. Gordon, if the next time I make it out that way, rest assured, I will come to you if you ever are available for a meeting. You don't have to worry about getting into the city. So the least I can do is make it easy on you if you're going to give me a little bit of your day.
Okay. All right. Well, I do work in the, I mean, I don't work in the Loop or, you know, in the business area, but, you know, our hospital's about probably three miles west of downtown.
Okay. Well, and Dr. Lutz, I'll volunteer to visit you in Hawaii anytime. So you just
Okay.
say the word and I'll be there.
Perfect.
Make sure you say hi to Adam for me, Pam.
I will, Jack. I'll let him know. You
Say
said
hi
hi.
for me too.
I
Yeah.
will.
So
What hospital are you at, Jack?
I'm at a hospital in Newport Beach. It's called Hoag Hospital. That's where I do most of my inpatient work, but really most of my practice is outpatient based. I do mostly outpatient surgeries.
Yeah.
But my inpatient skull-based cases I do at this Hoag Hospital. It's a great community hospital. And we do tertiary stuff over there. And it's been a great place to be for me.
Well, good.
do you remember the size of your class when you were all at medical school?
It was almost 200 people, right?
Yeah, I think it was 175 or so.
Yeah.
Right.
So did you all know each other relatively well while you were in school?
I think so.
Reasonably well.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You can't really know 175 people that well, but yeah.
Sure.
We knew everybody. Everybody knew everybody's names pretty much, but.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing right now, especially watching kind of the current classes going through what they've been through the last year. I think to your point, the individual classes still know each other pretty well, but I think one of the things that's been lost is some of the cross-pollination between the classes that you get just by the geographical nature of being in the same building together and kind of happenstance interactions. I think there's a sense that, you know, the fourth years know each other really well, the third years know each other really well, and so on and so forth, but they don't necessarily know each other across classes. And that may be true in general, but I think even more so because of the challenges presented with virtual learning and kind of limiting the number of students who are in the college at the same time. So hopefully that's something they can kind of rectify as we start to get full reentry moving into the fall and beyond.
Right. No, we had a pretty good class. I think our first 2 years we were fairly close. We did a lot of stuff together. And
When we were, you know, working just together in the first 2 years, I think that's when we knew people, you know, better. And then if you did a rotation with somebody, then you knew them better, I think, as well. But I have to hop off. I have another appointment, but it's great to see you guys.
good to see you too.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Don, that's really nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Dr. Lutz. As I mentioned, keep an eye out for additional information to come, like about the website, as well as our fall, hopefully, reunion, homecoming, whatever name it takes. But we would love to see you if you're able to make it.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Bye-bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And then there were two.
Yes.
All right.
So, yeah. So, you know, mean, I'd like to go to Cincinnati and meet with people in person, just do some stuff for a weekend or something. I think that would be fun. I mean, I think I have a couple people who were going to go, like Raphael Ornstein, a couple other people were going to go to that thing last year, but then,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I was going
was-
too. I had made reservations.
yeah,
Well,
Hotel
if
and everything.
assuming something does happen in the fall, I know not everyone who went to medical school is necessarily big, Bearcat athletics fans, but if you are, one of the fringe benefits of having a fall event is that, there'll probably be a football game worked into the schedule, which even if you're not a big, big football or Bearcats fan, the experience of going to the game at Nippert is always a lot of fun, and could be something that normally our reunion attendees don't get the opportunity to participate in. That might be, a fringe benefit of the unfortunate rescheduling that occurred for this class. So maybe I won't call it a silver lining, but something to look forward to for that potential gathering in the fall.
Mhm. Great.
yeah. I mean, I hope things are kind of back to more normal and we don't have other developments. So,
Yeah,
Okay, keep us posted.
Yeah, I will. I'm personally excited. I don't know how it is I somewhat understand how it is in your individual states, but I mostly keep my eye on Ohio just because that's where I live. And we found out just this week that as of, I think, the 29th of March is when essentially everyone is eligible to get the vaccine. So a lot of my colleagues have had the opportunity to do so. I personally have not. So I'm looking forward to that and what that means for me in terms of returning to some semblance of normal life. But I imagine in your professions, obviously you have probably had access to it by this point, if not, long ago. But that is a welcome development for us here in Ohio.
Great. I'm glad to hear it too.
definitely. Yeah, we got my shot back in January, or December, January. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much for hosting this, Gabe.
Absolutely.
Howard, wonderful to see you and talk to you again. And hopefully
Yeah, likewise.
in Cincinnati soon.
Yeah, hopefully that'll work out. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Hopefully it'll be, at a time when it'll just work out. So
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks a lot, Gabe.
Thank you.
I'm going to sign off. We're not going back to that big group. I mean, there's no.
They're going to pull everyone back. I admit I don't know how much formal programming there is left. I think it's more just an opportunity to thank everybody for coming and probably pitch that website a little bit that I mentioned. So you guys, obviously, if you want to take back a little bit of time tonight, I certainly understand that. And we, on behalf of our team and everyone here, I just thank you both for being here. It's great to meet you both and look forward to maybe getting to meet you in person come the fall or sometime in the future.
Hopefully that'll happen. Yeah.
Very nice.
Take care.
All right. Take care. Good to see you again.
Of our girls went there as well.
I'll just say that my son Joshua graduated here from UC Medical School. I forget what year, but he's now he's finishing his residency in medicine, and he's going to National Jewish Hospital in June, and he's going to be doing an allergy immunology fellowship.
Oh,
So,
well, how about that?
We'll have our
You
third
must be
generation.
proud.
Yeah, we are. And we have now 4 grandchildren and had 2 in the last 3 months. So, and they're doing well.
Are your grandbabies local?
Unfortunately, not yet, but we're working to get them here. So we expect that in the next 2 to 3 years, we'll have them, at least a couple of them here.
Oh,
So-
good.
So we're hopeful for that.
Oh, that'll be so fun. It'll be. I have one, and I do. It's just pretty amazing.
It's quality, not quantity.
Exactly.
Yes. And So we're blessed. Okay, well, listen, I guess I don't want to hold you.
It's been
I
nice
just
talking
appreciate
with
you
you.
doing this. And